A migrant delivery driver has tried to break into someone's house, but unfortunately, he's picked the wrong one. In this case, he's put the Member of Parliament from the Reform UK's house, James McMurdock, and it's an absolute shocking scene, all caught on video dash cam that I'm going to show you. But what's worse is the response by the police. Do our law enforcement actually take accountability for anything? Or are we just allowing people to run riot and make poor excuses for the law? I'm going to show you their response as well. Welcome on to True Brit Media, the channel that speaks the truth, exposes the truth, and lives the truth, and the truth must be heard. And the truth is this: just maybe acts like this that happen to our members of parliament, to our politicians, may actually escalate change, may actually escalate reform, and may actually escalate our government to take notice of what is going on in our streets. Because we've always said, until something happens to those who are in power, then they may take note. So let's see. But thank you to everyone who's watching. Please do hit that subscribe button. We are on, as I do this video, 18,953 subscribers. We are 47 away from hitting that big 19,000 mark, which is absolutely astronomical. I still can't get over the growth of today. So thank you to everyone. And if you are someone who's already subscribed, then you are a legend. Thank you. And make sure that notification bell is turned on. Smash the like button if you cannot stand these migrants running riot in our towns, cities, villages, wherever you are. And get in the comment section your thoughts on this. People, will this spark change from Keir Starmer and co? So here's the footage then. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this then, people. It's short and sweet. But as I said, this happened to James McMurdock. Okay. And have a look at this doorbell footage. You can see the said person here trying to get into the house. And look what happens. Look how easy it is. Look how nonchalant he is. And look how lack of awareness he has as well, this footage. He's you play it one more time. The woe was enough. And it's his smile on his face that is kind of creepy there. That really does creep me out, the way in which he reacts to that situation. Now, I don't know if these people know, the code of the UK and how we are as Brits, but we tend not to go into someone's house if they don't answer the door. We tend to use a doorbell. We tend to knock on the door. We are quite polite. We sort of sit there and wait for them to answer, especially if we don't know whose house it is. But what we don't do is just try and break in or force entry. That thing is actually called trespassing. And if someone did that to our property, we'd like to say they've trespassed our property, breaking into our property. You'd like to think they're breaking the law. I just want to remind you, as I said, before I tell you what the police said, because it's going to absolutely shock you. This is who James McMurdock is. And it's quite important to show you again who the said MP is. So James McMurdock is a member of parliament, and it says here he is a British politician who served as the member of parliament for South Basildon and East Thurrock since 2024, elected for Reform UK. He's obviously he's 39 years old, and he's, as I said, been elected since 2024. And you can get all his information there. And I'll probably say to him, "I hope you're okay." But yeah, he is part of the Reform, and he's very much, again, some of his latest posts have been about remembrance and, supporting our veterans. And I've got a lot of time for James McMurdock if that's his views on life and how he views it. But have a look at his letter and statement, because I think this is the most important part of it as well. I want to show you 2 points and twofold to it. Let's have a look at James McMurdock's actual post himself. So, sorry, I'm just making sure I share the right tab. So this is what he says, and he's quite open about it. He's quite name and shame, and he's very much not hiding from this. He said, "Tonight, an Amazon delivery driver let himself into my home. It was lucky that I was in the right place to confront him immediately, but it shocked me, and the question that keeps coming back to me is this: what if my wife or teenage daughter had been standing in my place?" It's a very good point. The footage is clear. The driver approaches the door, breathing heavily. He checks the handle and pushes his way inside. I don't know what his intentions were, and that is exactly the point. I contacted the police. Their exact words were, "Trespass is a civil matter. There's nothing we can do." A senior officer on shift confirmed it. So let's be absolutely honest with the public here. Under current law, if a stranger walks into your house, the police may not attend. At a time when delivery companies are hiring thousands of temporary drivers, who is turning up at our doors? What level of risk are families being exposed to? And most critically, what messages does the legal loophole send to someone with bad intentions? Try your luck. If the homeowner scares you off, just walk away. The police won't pursue you. Try again. This is utterly unacceptable. I will raise this in Parliament. It will not wait and risk someone being harmed before action is taken. If the law fails to protect people in their own homes, then the law must change. Truly shocking statement, if I'm honest. Very good in the way in which he's put it and related it to people like you and I, the public. He's been very upfront in saying this is Amazon. He's been very upfront in saying the type of delivery drivers that they are hiring. And what he's basically said is the police have turned around and said this is a civil matter. So our current law states that we could walk into anyone's house tonight or tomorrow, whenever we feel like it, and it will be a civil matter. You're not even safe in your own home. And that is my point. I am absolutely bamboozled and shocked at this. That we, the public, I tell people, and people go, "Oh, it's not safe to go out on the streets. It's not safe, to go to the park. It's not safe to go to the shops. It's not safe to be in your own home anymore," by the sounds of it. The police will not protect you. The police simply will not protect you. We've seen it in black and white. And this is, by the way, for an MP. I'm pretty sure James McMurdock would have name dropped. He would have said who he is. He would have probably quoted a little bit to, make sure the police are aware. And still their response hasn't changed. So that also shows me that there's no favoritism for said politicians. Maybe you could argue if he was a Labour cabinet minister or friend of, Keir's, then maybe it would have been different. But no. And I think that this last line again that he says, whether it's the last line or the first line, I will not wait and risk someone being harmed before action is taken. If the law fails to protect people in their own homes, then the law must change. Facts. But let's also go back to the top bit. What if it's my wife or teenage daughter that had been standing in my place? We all know what that means. We all know the risks and threats of that. We all know that he's very lucky tonight that he answered the door. But it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot more disastrous, and it could have been a lot more scary. What was the intention of an Amazon driver to try and get into someone's house? Got no idea. People, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. What the hell is going on in our country? Why is this so corrupt? And big up to those who have watched all the way to the end of the video. Shout outs, salutes, as always. Get in the comments and let me know. I'm out of here. Ta-da.